Hey guys, welcome back to Sabers Forever. I'm John. Today we're going to be going over part 2 of the Kestis series. This is going to be heavily featuring a Shoto with master chassis. This is not only an incredibly small hilt, but it finishes out the saber combination and just allows you to be Cal Kestis. Like, how freaking cool is that? So without further ado, why don't we just jump right in and I'll show you exactly what's going on. Alrighty, so welcome back to part 2. This is covering primarily the Shoto. If you missed part 1, it is in my back catalog of YouTube videos. You can check it out there. I will also link it in the description and at the end of the video. But this video is going to primarily go over the Shoto. Now, these are both master chassis, and so I had already gone over the Shoto with a Eco CC, but this time around, figured I'd just give you the whole package with the master chassis. So this is a standard Kestis with a master chassis in it. This is a Shoto Kestis with the master chassis in it, both designed by Goth 3D Designs. And installed by me. So this saber is really cool. It's unlike the expansion packs for the Kestis. This is a standalone saber. You could get this without the Kestis if you really wanted to, and just have a short saber. Now this guy opens up right at the bottom. I'm going to quickly go over some of the components. Sometimes this undoes with the unscrewing of the grip. This is a simple latching system where it's got these fingers, and so this helps for alignment that you put this in, and then you don't have to wrench it down quickly, or tightly, but you can hear you get clicky. And those plungers are lining up right on top of these switches here. So you really want to make sure that you don't just wrench it in there. Otherwise, you're going to screw up the alignment of the switches with the plungers. So keep that in mind. This just needs to lightly be turned in, and it can go in either way. It doesn't matter. You can put it either direction. The components are as follow. You've got the thin neck connector, Rotary connector for the emitter, which connects to the stock NPXL V4. You have an 18650 lithium-ion battery. You have 2 tactile brass switches. This has a Proffieboard V3, and then it has a neopixel underneath the crystal, a 22mm bass speaker, 10 and 10 neopixel strip, and then 8 neopixel strip underneath the switches. So your high amp kill switch is right here. So turn that on.
I'm Cal.
Everything powers on, starts animating, and this is unique in the sense that it has 2 switches, whereas the Kestis only has 1 for various reasons. But the switch on this side, in line with the crystal and the soundboard cover, is your power, and the one on the back with the battery is your auxiliary. So this will turn it on. Nice and bassy. The saber just goes in like this, as I said, and because it can go in either way, and because it can go in either way, you want to make sure, well, I can't say this side or this side is the power button. I can say that this switch, in line with the crystal, is the power button. So if you like the power button being the plungers are different looking. So if you like it being the square, then you would line up your crystal to be in line with that. Or if you like it being the one with the ridges, you would line up the crystal like that. And then now this is your power. This just goes on like that. Of course, I gotta remember to focus. This just goes on the bottom like that. And then if you wanted to connect it to the Kestis, you would unscrew this bottom cap here, just like that. And then you would get this additional cap that comes with it. Screw that on. And then this releases from here. And this goes right in here. Just like that. And now you have a staff. Holy cow. Holy cannoli. Very cool. Now, I didn't turn this one on, but I will. All right, and so I have one more thing to go over. Essentially, there was a little bit of a dispute about needing 2 Kestis hilts in order to do a crossguard. So, for example, this has a master chassis inside right here. This just goes out. Well, I'll turn it on. So if you put this in, it turns into a single crossguard, or I'm sorry, a single saber, single bladed. It goes into crystal chamber mode, put it into the crossguard,
blue crossguard,
and it registers as a crossguard and gives you the Quillian ignition separate. Now, in order to do it that smoothly, you would require 2 Kestis hilts, because the crossguard section only comes with this body. And what you need is the emitter, and there's this black sleeve on the inside. So I'm going to show you exactly how to access that. And what's neat about this version is that you don't need the additional Kestis if you make these changes yourself, for assembly. So while that's quick and convenient, you would essentially unscrew this, take out your chassis, unscrew the emitter, this has a connector on the inside, this goes on here, and you'll have to mess with alignment and all that by adjusting the copper ring right there. Put that to the side. Actually, I'm sorry, you're going to need this still. And then you're going to need these 6 screws on each side. And for the sake of the video, I'm only going to use 2 and loosen the rest. I'm just going to use 1. This comes out. So you would need this sleeve as well. And this just goes in here like that. I'm going to take one of these screws and toss it in here. And now you're good to use this. So I can take this and
blue crossguard,
and that would be how you would switch out without having 2 Kestis hilts. You would basically have to disassemble and reassemble. Now, the only drawback is I would recommend using double stick tape to secure your little squares, because then you can pick them off, switch over the screws, and then make it a crossguard or a single saber. Now, is it perfect? No. Is it convenient? Absolutely not. But does it work?
crossguard,
Whoops. Does it work? Yes, it absolutely works. So that is a method to get away with maybe not spending an extra $300 on the actual extra saber, and save yourself that little extra, a few extra bucks, a few extra $300. And that's a good way to just have everything. So if you were to just drop the extra money on the hilts, your life becomes a lot more convenient, obviously. I mean, it's just as easy as you're in single saber, you're in Crossguard. This one, a little bit more work, but you see that it does work. For these, if you have bought both, I normally just tighten the emitters down so that you don't have to worry about, and you really don't want to disconnect them often. These don't actually have connectors in between because there's no purpose for them. It's just an extra point for something to fail. That doesn't need to be there. Does that make sense? Versus these, that's kind of the point. So if these were to ever, if this commission were to ever come back and have this sleeve or another hilt added to this assembly, I might even remove those just so that everything's hardwired. But anyway, that was my little spiel for the last of this bit. So I hope you enjoyed. Alright guys, that does it for this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe to see more cool installs just like this guy here. I cannot believe just how fluid the quick connect is on this. And another side note is that with the master chassis and blades, this is a really heavy staff. Like, noticeably so. Each saber is definitely a lot more noticeably heavy with the master chassis inside, as they both have a substantial amount of brass in the chassis. They are well worth the price. I think anybody that's a collector is going to enjoy having this in their collection. If you are looking to get a saber installed like this, my website has a KR Sabers install commission page where you can find all of the commissions for KR Sabers products. You can find this at www.sabersforever.com. And if you can't find what you're looking for there, make sure to email me at john@sabersforever.com, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Until the next video, guys, may the Force be with you.